Shala, are you there? What did you learn last week?
Yeah, you there? Say yes.
Yes.
Chimamaka, did you learn something last week? Awesome. I can see Abdullah's response. Abdullah learned something. And today is even going to be more interesting. Hope you got to do your assignments, you got to do the classwork we had. If you know you practiced Scratch programming or anything you were taught during the week, can I see your hand up or say yes on the chat box? Okay, awesome. Ayomide practiced. David Akinduro also raised his hand. Interesting. So today is going to be another amazing time. And as usual, we have our tutor, Uncle Abraham, who will be taking us through. But one thing I want us to note today is this. You see the chat box, we've already been using it, and I would love that we continue to use it. So this is how it is. Under your screen, like on your screen, but under where your mic is, you will see video, see security and participants, then you see chat. So I want us to make very good use of our chat today. If Uncle Abraham is taking us something and you have a question, just use the chat box or you raise your hand. Under reactions, you see raise your hand. So you can raise your hand. For example, I'm going to raise my hand now. Once I raise my hand, anybody that's looking at the screen will see a yellow hand that is on the screen. If the person has answered your question, you lower your hand, just like you're in a classroom. So that's what we're going to be using today so that our class will be well organized. If you have questions, use the chat box. Just type what you want. I will respond to you. Is that understood? So you practice what I just taught you now. Is that understood? Either you use the chat box or you raise your hand. So let me know if you understood what I just said. Try to raise your hand using the raise hand button. Good, Chimamaka understood that. Awesome. Abdullah, I can say, hey, good, thumbs up. Yes, so that's what we'll be doing today so that everybody can understand. If they say something and they say, do you understand? You do thumbs up or you raise your hand if you have questions, you use the chat box so that everything can be interesting today. So I'm going to welcome our founder. You remember Uncle D from last week, Abi? Uncle D was the one that was explaining what you're going to expect about Scratch programming. Good. So he's going to explain a little more so that you can understand what we'll be doing today. Oluwayemi, I can see your hand. That's awesome. Welcome. Welcome to everyone that is here today. If you know a friend or your brother or sister that is not here, you can call them because we will soon start. And I do not want anybody to miss anything out of this. So get ready, make sure you have good internet, make sure you're in a less noisy environment so that you can understand everything that will be taught. And make sure that you practice. That is very important. If you want to be good at what you're taught today, you have to practice. So, Uncle Dami, thank you very much. Okay, yeah, I can see Favor's hand. I can see some other people's hand. Okay, so I want us to do something real quick before I pass it on to Uncle Dami. Okay, so I'll be calling your names. Once I call your name, you unmute your mic and tell me what you did during the week and what you want to do from today's class. Do we understand that? So once I call your name, you unmute your mic and you tell me what we did last week and what you want to do this week. So I will start from Chimamaka. Chimamaka, let us know. What did you do during the week and what do you want to do today?
I made a girl.
You made a what?
I made a girl talk to a boy, and I want to make more of that.
Awesome, awesome. So you made a creative story. That's beautiful. Okay, so I will call somebody else. Thank you very much, Mamaka. Okay, let me hear from David Abola. David, did you practice during the week? If you practice, tell me
Yes.
what you did and what you want to do this week.
Okay. I made a cat bounce everywhere and is changing its color. And today I want to learn how to finish creating a game.
Oh, so it was bouncy like a bouncing castle. That is beautiful. Thank
This
you
is
very much. Do you want to show me?
yes.
Okay, go ahead. Okay, I think I can. Can you move your camera down so that I'll see it? I can see your screen, but it's not so clear. Move it down a bit so everybody will be able to see.
Ma.
It's all.
Yes,
That's
sir.
it. So. Okay. Good morning. Please unmute your mic. When I call you, you answer. If you have any questions, if you have to say, either raise your hand.
Good morning, ma.
Good morning, my dear. How are you doing? Please unmute your mic box. Have questions, put them on the chat box. If you want to say something, you raise your hand. If you want to tell me a reaction, maybe you just like what I said, you do thumbs up. Okay, so let me call another person. Okay, I can see Tamilore. Tamilore, how are you this morning? Please unmute your mic and tell me what you did during the week. If you did something, tell me. If you did not do, let me know. Tamilore, I can't hear you. You could not do anything. It's not a problem. Don't worry.
Good morning.
You will get to do something this week, right? Tell me yes if you will practice something this week. Awesome. Okay, I can see Shewa's hand. Shewa, do you want to tell me something? Shewa, if you want to tell me something, unmute your mic. If not, you can lower your hand. Okay, so while I wait for Shewa, all right. So while I wait for Shewa, I will call another person again. Okay, there is Abdullah. Yeah, Abdullah. How are you this morning? Please unmute your mic and tell me what you learned during the week and what you practiced and what you want to learn today.
I learned my sprites and how to make different games. So I'm teach them good to learn how to make cartoons and other animations.
Okay, that's awesome. And I'm looking forward to that as well. Okay, so yes, I can see Jesse Abbas. Please unmute yourself and tell me what you learned last week and what you want to learn this week. And if you learned something and I've not called your name, just raise your hand or you type hi everyone and I'll call you. So Jesse, go ahead.
Good morning.
Good morning, Jesse. How are you? So Jesse, what did you learn during the week?
I learned how to program the scratch to do other things. I program games, some games, and other things.
Okay, that's awesome. I didn't hear you very well, but I heard that you did some games, which is beautiful. So I will call some other people. We have people raising their hands. So yeah, Ugochukwu, how are you? Tell me what you practiced.
Practiced how to make animations because I already know how to make animations.
Awesome, awesome. So I will call one last person before we start. Okay, two actually. Let me call two more people. So I can see Alomo family. I'm not sure if I pronounced the name or if I did not, I'm so sorry. So tell me what you learned.
I was not in the class here last week.
You were not around last week. Okay, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. You're going to be able to learn something this week.
I watched the video this morning.
Oh, and did you learn something?
Yes.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. So I can see that Favor was raising her hand. Favor, are you there? If you are there, unmute your mic and tell me what you practiced. Okay. I can't seem to see Favor anymore. All right. So at this point, I would allow our tutor, Uncle Dami, to continue. He's going to tell us what you're going to expect to do today, and he's going to take the floor over. So, Uncle Dami, please, you have the floor now.
All right, good morning, everybody. How you doing? Yeah, see, I'm just happy seeing everybody this morning, and I know we're going to enjoy this class today. So I'm sure Toby was asking you how last week was, how you felt during the class. So I'm so sure that I'm so sure that you enjoyed the class. On the WhatsApp group, some of us are already on the WhatsApp group. I saw the work we were doing, like amazing animation that you guys were doing. I was so impressed. Like I saw the one Abbas did. So Ronke, Patrick, Michael, Temitope, Jesse Abbas, David, Abdullah Idowu, and a lot of you. Like I can't just keep on counting everybody, mentioning everybody's name. But it was an amazing job actually. So today, don't worry, what we'll be doing today is going to be very interesting. So today's going to be very interesting. We'll be ramping up the class today, but that's not the end of it. We have other packages for you. We have other exercise, other games, other one that you can do, which we'll be sharing with you on our WhatsApp platform. So you get. So I just wanted to just hang on, just relax, and you are going to enjoy. So what I'm going to do now is that I'll try to show you some things. So some people are not here last week. So I'm going to try to show you some things. Yeah, Abbas is saying good morning. Yeah, Yarima Abbas, I've seen the work you've done. You share some work on the WhatsApp platform. Amazing, like nice work you've done so far. So yeah, like I was saying, so what I'm going to do now is for those that are just joining us. So I shared the video on the group, maybe you don't have it, on how you can download Scratch for offline. So a lot of times this is what you do when you want to start Scratch. So let me show you what you do. I'll share my screen. So just go to, so any browser, you already know you have to open up a browser. So you need a browser to actually do this. So what do you do is you go to scratch.mit.edu, right? So this is what you do, scratch.mit.edu. Then you press enter. So then you press enter. So then what happens when you press enter? So it takes you to a new page on the Scratch homepage itself, right? So that's where it takes you to. So now what I'm going to show you is this. I'm coming. So do you know that you don't actually need to always go to Scratch sites before you can do Scratch training? So you can actually download this. If you have a computer here, just give me the thumbs up. Let me see that you have a computer. If you have a computer, just give the thumbs up or just raise your hand. Let me see. So for those who have a laptop, so just give me thumbs up. Let me see. So if you have a laptop, you can actually download Scratch. Okay, Shola Mike here, fine. I can see you raise your hand. You have a laptop, so that's beautiful. So if you don't have a laptop, it's fine. So David, okay, also has a laptop. Amazing. So if you have a phone or a tab, so how you access Scratch site has to do with you going to this site. So scratch.mit.edu. So you can do your coding exercise. You can do your coding there. Nora said he can't hear me. Please, can we hear me? If you can hear me, just give me thumbs up so that I can know that you can hear me. So I need everybody to be able to hear me. Okay, so can we hear me now? Is it better now? All right, so now that's what you do to be able to go to Scratch site. So like I was telling you last week, if you want to sign in, so like if you've already created an account, so you just come to sign in. So on sign in, then you put your username. So username, what did I use last week? I forgot. I think I used Uncle D, right? Let me see. Maybe that's what I use. I think I used Uncle D. Then Uncle D 123, I think 123. Then let me see. Sign in. Oh, invalid username and password. So I've obviously forgotten my username and password. So it's good to always write it down. So, but in case you want to create a new account, you click on join. So when you click on join, what happens? You set your new username, then you create your password, then you create your password again. So for those who are not here last week, I'm going to do it for the very last time so that everybody will be on the same page. So what do? You create a new username. So let me just say the username is going to be Uncle D again, Uncle D with triple E. So password Uncle D 1234. So let's say Uncle D 1234. So then click on next. So password don't match. I know that some of you you've already done this, but I'm trying to show you for those who were not here last week. So which country do you live in? So just pick the country you live in. So I'm in Nigeria, but I can just pick any for the sake of this training. Then when were you born? So just pick your date of birth. Then next, I'm a male. Next, then what's my email address? So I can just put my email address there. So you can use your mom's one in case you don't have an email address yet, or you can use your dad's one, that's fine. So then I'm in, so get started then. I'm already here now. So from here, I can click on create to start fresh programming. So I know I'm going too fast, right? So, but don't mind me. That was because we already shared some videos. So Jesse said he has downloaded Scratch. I love this, Jesse Abbas. I really love this. So for those, if you want to if you have a computer, you need to download it on your system. So you don't have to spend data, you don't have to spend much before you can do what you need to do. So how do you do that? So we shared a video last week on that. So just go to scratch.mit.edu/download. So do you see this? So let me put it on the chat so that you will see what I'm trying to say. So I want to be fast so that Uncle. Yes, we are going to upload on YouTube. So we are going to upload on YouTube as usual. So this is the link to download Scratch. So we have videos already on this. So we're going to upload on YouTube and share the link with everybody. So then I click on enter to take me to the Scratch site. So for your computer, you are either using Windows or Mac OS. So maybe Linux, but so myself, I use Windows. So automatically to detect the kind of system I use. So I click on Windows. Then when I click on direct download, it's going to start the download onto my system. So it's quite long. All right, please, is my volume really low? Someone Olaniro can't seem to hear me very well. Yeah, so Ugochukwu said you downloaded from Microsoft Store without any account. Yeah, that's fine. You can actually download from Microsoft Store, but it's good for you to go to Scratch site directly. This link I put on the charts. So when you go there, you can always get the latest version. So what if you are using Linux? Yeah, sorry, at the moment, Scratch does not have provision. Let me check, let me confirm. Yeah, Scratch does not have provision for Linux. So for now, only Windows, Mac OS, and Android actually. You can actually get it on your Android phone. But I need to confirm that on Android, I need to confirm maybe you can get Scratch 3.0 with each 3.0. So I think someone can just confirm that for me. Let me just confirm that in a moment. So let me go to Play Store so that we can actually download it on our phone. Let me go on Play Store, just 1 minute. So, but for now, there's no Linux, there's only Windows and Mac OS. You know, those are the popular operating systems, so that's why they Scratch made it to be on all those popular OS. So, okay, so there's Scratch on Android, but it's 2.0, it's not 3.0. So we'll share the link on the group later. So maybe you can just use that. So right now I started downloading my Scratch setup. So, but the workshop on how to install. Okay. So workshop on how to install is what I'm going to share later on so that everybody can see. So so are we good now? So you can see here, I'm already downloading this Scratch 3.19.2 on my system. So it's almost finished downloading. Maybe I can take like 5 minutes to show you how to install, but the video will actually do justice to that on how to install it. So is everybody fine? Do you have any question before I welcome Uncle Abraham to start taking us the class? So okay, someone said can we use it on iPhone? On iPhone, they only have it on Android for now. So Scratch don't have provision on iPhone. So it's advisable that you use the scratch.mi, use their web page if you want to do it on iPhone. So just use the web page scratch.mit.edu for now. Until Scratch have made provision for iPhone. So can we all hear me, please? So I'm going to open this folder. I've downloaded it on my system. So if I open this folder, so I'm trying to, oh, sorry, let me open my download folder so that everybody can see. So I'm just going to run through it very, very quickly. Yeah, so when you are done downloading, this is it on my system, Scratch 3.19. Okay, yeah, I need to share my entire screen so you can see. So okay. So we can see now on my system. So I will just right click on it, run as administrator. So when I run as an administrator, what happens? So it's going to ask me, do I want it to make change? So I just click on yes, accept, click on yes. So then when I'm done clicking on yes, what do I do? So it's going to load based on your system. So this on how to install it on Windows actually, not on Mac, on Windows. So on Windows, but Mac also follows the same process. So I don't want it to take too much time. So it's asking me, do I anyone that uses my computer should be able to use it? So I pick the user, then I click on install. So this is all you just have to do. Just click on install, then just watch it finish the installation. So the beautiful thing about it is that you don't need to be online before you do programming. You can save your work and you can share your file. So with that, you can actually share your file on the group, share it with your tutor, share it with your other colleagues so that they can open the folder, then see what you've done. So please, if you have a laptop, I advise you use this approach. So, but if you don't have a laptop, what do you do? So just use the online interface. So okay, so I have now, so it's finished installing. Then I click on finish so that it can launch. So click on finish. So to launch it, let me minimize on my screen. So it's loading now. Let me just close it so I can launch it. All right, so you can see it on my desktop. So my desktop, I will just double click on Scratch 3.0. So it's going to launch the Scratch. Now it's loading on my system. So I don't need to be online to use this now. That's the beautiful thing about it. So welcome to Scratch. So share my data. Do not share my data with the Scratch team. So I just pick share my data. And fine. So I'm already in. So I can you can see it's the same thing as what you have on the online interface. So I can create a new file, then start doing my animation. So move 10 steps, and my sprite is already moving 10 steps. So do we understand now? So I've shown you how to download it on your system. And also, if you don't have a laptop, no problem. You can just use the online web interface. So like on my browser, what I have on my browser, so I can simply do it on my browser. The beautiful thing about on the browser, when you do it on the online editor, is that your file is accessible anywhere you are. Okay, if someone sends the zip folder to you, yes, it works. If someone sends the zip folder with you, so you can just unzip it. So, but the technical, okay. So I know our parents will guide us to work on that. So zip means I want to compress the file, then I share it with everybody. So we can share it with everybody so that you can always just unzip it and install it. So that works actually. That works. All right. So any other question before I take over, before I hand over to Toby so that our uncle can start today's class with us? So if there's no other question, I think we should get started. If there's no other question, then we need to get started now. So thanks, Toby. You can have the floor now. Thanks so much.
All right, thank you very much. I hope we now have Scratch downloaded and we are ready to learn today, because in a couple of seconds we'll be having our tutor. Who can tell me the name of our tutor? Let's see. How many of you can remember? Put it on the chat box if you remember our tutor's name. Just type it. Who taught you last week? Let us know if you remember his name. Type it. Okay, I'm still waiting. While I wait for you to do that, always remember, good, I can see Favor. That's awesome. Always remember to mute your mic, just like we've been doing since the beginning of today's class. If you want to say something, you use the chat box or you raise your hand. If they ask a question and you want to say yes, you use thumbs up. So, Mr. Abraham, welcome. Please go ahead.
Hello. Good morning, everyone. I'm here again. Abraham is here again. If you can hear me, wave your hand. Wave your hand if you can hear me. All right. Good morning. Without taking much of our time now, we go to the business of the day, which is the Scratch that we're trying to learn here. So let me share my screen so that you can see. All right, can you hear me now, Nora? If you can hear me, signify through the chats if you can hear me. Hello, can you all hear me now? Signify through the chat if you can hear me. All right. Thank you very much. So basically, I was trying to do something. That's why you saw this code here. I was trying to do something with my Scratch, trying to do some practice, but let me start a new file like that, not to take your time, so that you can see. Okay, last week we discussed the motion, the looks, the sound, the events, and the control code. And we were able to make use of some of the scripts that we have under the motion, like the likes of the move, the turn, the go to random position, then the if on edge bounds. Also in the looks, we're able to use some here, for the sound also. And even throughout the exercise I gave to you on Saturday and the one I gave you during the course of the week, we're able to, you guys, some of you are able to use some of the codes that we discussed, these 5 codes, and then the likes of the sensing, operators, and variables, like that. So anytime you have a question, just drop your question in the chat section. I will reply to your question, or I'm going to respond to your question accordingly. So, and if you can't hear me, signify that you can't hear me. Definitely, I'm going to respond to you. So today, let's continue from where we stopped. Now, I'll talk about sensing. If you look at sensing, this particular aspect of sensing, the first part, the first code you are looking at here is what's touching mouse pointer. Some of you have been able to use touching mouse pointer. And what does this simply mean? Look at it, for instance. If you try to click on this, false, yet why is the mouse pointer here is talking about the cursor, this cursor of my mouse that I'm moving about. Let me simply arrange a code for you so that you can see how touching mouse pointer was. And also look at this edge. If you click on this small arrow, don't worry, I'm going to explain what variable means. Just hold on. I'm still going to get there. I'm currently explaining what sensing actually means. So can you please pay attention? I'm going to get to that. So if you don't mind, pay attention. I will explain what sensing, what operators, the variables, what it means, then my blocks, and I also show you some of the other codes or the other blocks that we have there too, that you can use in your Scratch program. So what I was saying, back to what I was saying, look at touching mouse pointer. The mouse pointer is this cursor of my mouse that is moving. I've not yet put any code together here. That is why even if you click on it, it won't work. It will be showing you false. That is why the sprite is not doing anything. If I change it to touching edge, can you hear me? Nora? If you can hear me, just raise your hand if you can hear me. All right. So please pay attention, Nora, so that you can hear me very well. So touching edge. Edge is this side, this particular edge here, this edge here, this edge here, then this edge here. Then you'll be able to hear me very well, like that. So touching edge. When I choose a sprite, it was not showing on the page. However, try to, maybe your system is a little bit freezing or hanging. So if you click on choose a sprite, then your sprite will come up by the time you click on it. Try and check that if your system is hanging or not, if it's freezing. So rectify that. The fault is from you. Choose a sprite and it will show. You understand that? So that's that about that. Or probably check if you are clicking on the show here. If you are clicking on this particular aspect, then your sprite will show like that. So touching edge. Let me move this sprite to the edge. If I click on touching edge, the answer is true. But if I move it back here and I click on touching edge, the answer is false. That means it is not touching end at the center of the stage. But if you move it up and you click on touching edge, it will change to true. So this particular code is working. That's that about that. But don't worry, the better way for you to understand all these things is when you are using them in a program as a code, when you're trying to code them all together. Look at this key space pressed. Let me show you a simple code using key space pressed so that you can basically understand what I'm saying. Let me go to events. Let me bring when flag is clicked, control. Watch me very well. I want to use this key space pressed so that you can see. I want to use this in a method you have not seen before. So I'll bring if. Let me bring the first if and let me duplicate the if and put it down here. So if key space pressed, before I add it to the first if block, let me duplicate it also like that. Like I've explained in the solutions to the video, the assignment I gave to you, the ping pong, and also the exercise for the catch game. I already show you how to duplicate this. So if you right click on it, you see these 3 blocks, then you duplicate and drop it down. So let me add this to this. Then let me add this also to this. If key space pressed, I will change the space to right arrow. And I will change this one also to the left arrow. Like that. So what should happen if I press what? If I press the right arrow key, what should happen to this particular sprite? Let me say point in direction of 90. Like that. Or You may not actually see the difference. Let me return it back. Let me use this. Change X by 10. So, and I told you while I was explaining the solution to the ping pong game that the right arrow key only works with a positive value. But if you are dealing with the left arrow key, we are going to change X, this particular 10 to negative value like that. So let me return this, which means I can't just add this to this. If I add this to this, like change X by 10 for the left arrow key function, it will not work unless you change it to -10. So -10 is going to work for you. Do you understand that? Anything that has to do with the left side, I think this is the left side on the stage. This is the up, this is the down. As far as the down and the left side is concerned, if you're using a value for them, it must be in negative. Watch what I'm trying to explain. Look at this coordinate that we have here. We have X 12, Y 24. If I move this sprite, I click on it and move it back. Look at what happens. X and Y is -4 because I move it towards the left. If I move it forward, X and Y equals 139 and 18. That is a positive value. If I move it up this way, look at it. That means the X is already falling towards the left-hand side. That is why we have positive value. That is the negative value, negative -7. If I move it forward this way, even though it's up, can you see? If I move it also downward too, look at it, -4 and -115. So anytime you are dealing with the left arrow key or the left-hand side or the downside, your value that you're going to use must be negative. While the right-hand side, like this way, or the up, should be what? Should be a positive value. Do you understand what I'm explaining? So you change this to -10, like I've explained. That. Then let me put this whole function, if them function, let me put it in a forever loop this way. So when the flag is clicked, let me click the flag like that. I've already activated, nothing is happening. But for this code to work, you have to press the right arrow key. If I press the right arrow key, look at what is happening. Look at what will happen. It's moving forward. If I press the left arrow, it's moving backward, moving backward. So that is another way of moving your sprite towards the left-hand side and towards the right-hand side. Initially, this was the way I taught you. That is, you select when space key is pressed, then you change this to right, like this, duplicate it, change this to left also. Then you now bring this, change the value of 10 here, you duplicate this and put it here, like that. I taught you this particular code, these two simple ones, in moving your sprite forward and backward. But to show you that there are different ways you can write your program, there are different ways you can write your code, and it will still perform the same function. That is why I'm showing you this using a part of a sensing code. That is when the right arrow key is pressed and when the left arrow key is pressed. So this one now is still part of the same thing that we have here, but this code is a little bit longer than what we have here. That is why I first taught you the simple one and then showing you another one. There's another way you can also write something like this, that your sprite will be able to move forward and backward without having any issue like that. So let me stop that one. Now I've explained, I've shown you how to use what? A sensing script or sensing code. So I'll move to operators. If you don't understand, you can ask a question before I move to operators. Just type in your questions and I will respond to you. Or if you do, so let's continue. If you can hear me, you can raise your hands. Let me see your hands up if you can hear me. All right. So let me continue. Now to the operators, as I've showed you and during the game too, I quickly use the operators, explain the sensors. Okay, the sensing, not the sensors. Now let me explain the sensors again. The way you have used this code, the motion, the looks, sound, event, and control, is the same way you're also going to use all these ones too, but you must understand the way you're going to use them. So what I mean understand is this. I've quickly shown you how you can use when space key is pressed, and this one, which one again? Touching mouse pointer or touching the edge. Let me show you another one. Look at this touching color so that you understand better. This touching color, if you click on this color, you have this. Now let me show you. I will draw something here. Let me go to this sprite. I'll click on costumes. What I want to do. Now let me do this. I'll click on the circle. Let me draw this. Look at the color that we have here. Look at this shape that we have here. It's already moving together with the sprite. Well, it's still on that sprite. You may not actually see the effect very well. So I will undo that. Let me now come here, choose the sprite. Look at this, paint. Paint will give you the opportunity to be able to create another sprite, but it will be empty. So you can actually now do what? Create your own sprite by yourself. So let me draw a circle here so that you see. Well, let me move it away from the sprite like that. Watch what happened. I want you to pay close attention. Pay close attention to what I'm about to explain. For those who doesn't understand, so we are leaving now. Okay. To add this color to this place, don't just change it this way. Use this. Can you see the eyedropper tool that we have here? Click on it. It will show you this thing. Then click on this. Can you see the color that we have here is the same thing that we have here? Do you understand that? So you click on this to select this color like that. So you have the same color here. So if you now go back and rename this code to go and move forward, then you will now see, okay, let me leave this. Control, if touching color, say hello for 2 seconds. Let me put it here. I click on this. Hello, can you see the difference? So that's the way to use it. If touching this color, say hello for 2 seconds. That is the hello. So that's the way to use the sensing code. That's that about that. So let me continue. I hope you understand what I'm saying. If you don't understand, can you please raise your hand so that I can explain? I can come back again and explain. Yes, I can change the name of the sprite. I can change it to cat. This way, I can change it. So by changing it to cat, definitely the name is going to change. But let me delete this and continue what I'm explaining, since you already understand me. So the operators now, you have the addition, you have the subtraction, you have the multiplication, we have the division. You saw me use pick random 1 to 10, which I basically changed the 1 to 10 to 0 to 360 for the ping pong game. There is greater than, there is less than, there is equals to. On this, if I can basically right click on this and write 2, and write 2 like that. That 2 plus 2 is equals to 4. You may not really understand the usefulness, but at least you understand the usefulness of pick random 1 to 10. So as time goes on in your exercise on the code I'm going to explain to you, you're going to see I'm going to use every one of these. But in a little while, just hold on. After my explanation here, I will now show you the proper way of solving the exercise I give to you on Thursday or Wednesday on the catching game using this particular one, less than, this particular operators, less than operators. I'll show you the way you're supposed to use it like that. So let me continue. And you also have another operators here, some of those operators here, but as time goes on, you learn to do that. Then now back to variables. Variables. That was one question that one of you asked the other time. Back to variables. Now pay attention to variables. Variables is very, very simple. And what do I mean by it's very, very simple? This is a variable here. What does a variable means to you? Variable can be any value or any parameters, starting from, let me use an alphabet for instance. A is a variable, B is a variable. Variables are always unknown. If you are given x plus 1 equals 0, what is the value of x? That means x is unknown at that particular point in time. Your mathematics, if they say x plus 1 equals 0, until you actually solve that particular expression, you cannot get the value of x. So variable is x, but here you can basically make your variables to be known like this. Right click on this variable, you see rename variable, delete the my variable, that is delete everything that you have here, and you can also make your own variable. Let me click here, new variable name. If I write, what should I change my variable to? Sir, I am not understanding. Okay, let me go back again. if you're not understanding what a variable means, what I'm basically saying is this. I said a variable is an unknown value, unknown parameters that you don't know. You don't know what it means. Though you may see 0 here, it's not always 0. You can change it to something that you're going to understand later. Some lines are showing on my screen. Starting the page. Okay. All right. Let me try to rectify that. What's causing the lines to show? Okay. I think it has reduced to minimal. Sorry about the lines. Let me continue. I don't know what's causing the lines, but I just know the line is showing. I don't know why, but I hope it is not disturbing you, Sha. Please, let me stop and reshare my screen so that you can physically see again. So, all right, I think the line has disappeared. So, the line is appearing again. Who's drawing the line? I actually don't see who is drawing the line, but it's not from me anyway. So pay attention to what I'm explaining, the variable aspect again. What I'm saying about the variable is variables are unknown value that you don't know. If I set my variable to 0 here, what do you understand by the word variable? Does it make any sense to you? But until I actually change the variable to something that you understand, you may not know. Okay, now let me do something. Rename variable. Let me change it to score. Like that. There's nothing like variable again. You already now know what that variable represents here. Now the variable is representing a score. Let me also make another variable. Let me change it to math score. This is another variable again, math score. If I bring set math score to 0, that's another variable. You already know what to represent. I can still change this to, let me change it so that you can understand the variable very well. Let me change this to English. So set English score, set math score. That's another one again. You can also make another variable also as much as you want. Let me use what else again? I think let me use got a bit subject, so let me use chemistry. Let me use chemistry. Chemistry score. This is another variable again. So basically, I can use this to collate something that relates to a report card. So basically, you can collate a report card using Scratch. Do you understand? So you can basically collate a report card using Scratch. So you make different kind of variables. If I set English score to 50, let's say after your exam, you scored 50 in your English. After your exam in mathematics, you scored 70. After your chemistry score, let's say you're offering chemistry, you scored 65 or 66, thereabout. So this, you already set them. This is the initial value that you scored. You can now use all these codes that we have here. Basically, use all the codes that we have here. Then you can use it to program what you want the Scratch actually to display. Just the way I've used all this code to create a ping pong game and to create a catching game, and also to create so many other games, even a racing game or a maze game. You can also use Scratch by using these variables to create a report sheet or to create something that goes in line with all these. set English score, set mathematics score, set chemistry score. I've already set their score. Do you understand? So it's just like that. All right, all right. All right, so just give me a few seconds. I want to show you another thing entirely. So just pay attention to what I'm saying, and then I'll continue again. So now I've continued. All right, all right. Now we move down to my blocks, which means any of these blocks that we have, any of this code that you have, you can also make your own. Let me select one, for instance. Look at it. Add an input. Add an input. This is a Boolean. What does Boolean mean? Boolean means is the and or operators that we see under operators, the code. Add a label, a text, or that. But I won't bother you with all this for now because you basically don't need this for now. So by the time you need this, I will let you know, and I'll create a video, a tutorial video on it that you are going to see how to make use of this. So don't let me disturb you on that for now. So I'll cancel that for now. Then one thing I also want to show you before we continue, or before I actually go to the main assignment of the day. Look at this, add extension. Let me click on this. For some of you that you are not paying attention, let me go back again. On this line of the code, this left-hand side, you have add extension here. Click on add extension. We have music, we have pen, we have video sensing, we have text-to-speech, and so many other ones like that. The one I'm going to show you pen, but not today. And I'm going to show you the music, but not today. Probably during the course of the week, I'll make a video on that. You're going to watch it and you're going to make your own too. So how can you select it? Let me select the first one, music. It will appear here. By the time you select it, can you see? This is a different code. Let me bring it one here so that you can see. Can you hear now? So it's basically playing too. You can hear the sound. So let me return it. It means, okay, let me show you something. Let me duplicate this. Let me duplicate it. You can change drum one, change this. You can form a beat of your own using the music code too. Also, if you also duplicate again, you add another one. Let me see. Form a beat from it. So let me return everything. Let me go back to add extension again. Just pay attention. This is the pen. Let me click on pen. The pen will appear also. Someone is also making another drawing again. What are those making these lines? Stop making the lines. Okay, you can use text to speak by adding to animation, then type what to say, then you click green button and it says what you say. Definitely you can use that too, but you have to use it on your own. But as for the sake of this class, just pay attention to what I'm explaining. You can use this pen, you can draw. Okay, let me use it for you so that you can see. Pen down, set pen color. Look at this, set pen color to this. Let me now show you something. Pick random, 1 to 10. Let me go to pen again. Then pen size. Let me change pen size. You can change pen size to pick at random also. Then pen color. Okay, change pen. Let me leave it like that. But for you to actually make something with this pen, look at this. Move 10 steps, turn 15 degrees. Let me click. Okay. Can you see? That's another. Let me click on it. Can you see something like this? For this color to show, you have to disable your sprite here. If you enable it and you're trying to draw, okay, let me show you again. And click. It will be the one drawing, but if you disable it here, like this, then the lines will show. All right. So give me 1 minute again. Engineer Adam is trying to say, Uncle Dam is trying to say something. Okay. All right. So if you can hear me, wave your hand. Let me see. If you can hear me, just wave your hand. All right. I can see your hand. I can see your hand. So now let's continue. Let's continue from where we stop. So unless you disable this thing, you disable your sprite here, it will be the one drawing and you may not see your drawings very well. But don't worry, if you go to the site, prodigyhouse.org, if you go to prodigyhouse.org, there are some videos there that I've done on making using of the pen and the music. You can finally now actually check it and see the way I've drawn some things. You'll see some exercise there too. And I'm still going to create some exercise during the course of this week that you will learn from. I will show you step-by-step approach of creating different shapes, either a circle, a rectangle, a pentagon or hexagon or pentagon or decagon, nonagon, and different shapes like that. And you can add so many shapes, you can draw so many shapes and so many things on this stage by just coding, arranging the codes together, using the pen code, using the motion, using all kinds of codes that we have, even the events and the. And also, for the sake of our time, let me quickly show you. I may not show you video sensing, but let me click on it. You see, the video sensing code, what it basically means is this. When you want to do emotion graphic stuff or emotion programming, basically, you have to turn on your video, the video of your laptop or your computer by bringing this to the stage. You turn it on, you set the transparency to 50. So how will you see that? At this stage here, you'll be seeing yourself directly once you turn on the video of your laptop, but I'm not going to do that for the sake of today's class. And then you now have to code so many things that you want to happen. Maybe when you are touching this, and I'll show you a kind of game on that during the course of the week. Maybe this week or next week, I'll show you a game on that. But just for the sake of this class, let's just stop here for the moment. And then let's go to our exercise for the week, the one I gave you on Thursday. And for those who have not yet watched the ping pong game, I have created it. You can basically go back again to the site, or you check the WhatsApp group to go and check the solutions to the ping pong game, and then you can understand it very well. Then you can go ahead and also do your own too. Please explain the music code again. Okay, this is the music code. You go to add extension here. You go and bring the music blocks there, or music script. Then you have everything here. The same way you have been coding, moving a sprite, the same way you have been coding, moving this sprite forward and backward, is the same way you are going to arrange this code to arrange this. Let's say I brought this and I change this to this. Let me play it for you. You can hear the sound like that. So you can basically arrange it in different form that we make a good sound. Either you want to play a sound for Christmas, is coming, or a sound of them. We are marching on to Victoria City. Any kind of sound, you can actually do that. Don't worry, I'll show you one and I'll play it on the WhatsApp group. Benedictine, we have a WhatsApp coding group for everyone. All right. Which WhatsApp group? Don't worry, the links to the WhatsApp group will be shared with you after today's class, and you actually be there and you see so many things that we do and we share on the page like that. So now let me start a new file so that I can explain to you how the assignment or the exercise is supposed to be done. So first thing first, I will delete the sprite here. I'll go to choose a sprite. So choose the Sprite. I told under food, let me click on this food. I'll select the apple like that. I'll go back again under food section, or let me use the search. I need the bowl. Let me type the bowl. You see, I have one bowl and a fish bowl. So let me click on the bowl. The bowl appears. Let me drag it down here. This is the apple. The apple is too big or bigger than the bowl itself. So I'll change the size here. I'll change it to 70 or so. Can you see? Now it can contain, but let me change it to 60. Aha, so now I've reduced the size. Let me go again for the strawberry. This is the strawberry here. I'll select the strawberry. I'll reduce the size. Oh, sorry, Shewa. I'm not understanding. All right, all right. What I'm saying is, or what I said is this. I want to show you the solution to the exercise I gave you during the week on the catching game. So as far as the exercise is concerned, I used some sprites, and those sprites were apple, bowl, strawberry, and then orange. And that's what I'm trying to bring to the stage. So, okay, let me start again. I click on the file and I click on the new tab. And I press OK. It reloads my Scratch program. Then I decide to go to what? Choose a sprite, to go and select the sprite. And what did I select? I click on food. The food categorizes all the sprites, anything that has to do with food or edible stuff that you can eat. We have the apple, the bananas, the bowl, the bread, the cake, and the likes. But the one that I use are the strawberry, orange, and the apple. Then I make use of the bowl to catch each and every one of them falling down from the tree. So let me select the apple. But I'll first delete this sprite away from there so that it won't disturb. Now this is the apple. Let me go back again. I'll select the bowl. And I said, instead of you clicking on food to select the bowl, you can also type it too if you know the name by clicking on the search icon here. Then you type the bowl, then the bowl will appear. This is the bowl. So I'll click on the bowl like that. Then I'll drag it down here. So if you don't understand, just notify or raise your hand, then I'll explain again. Good. So I have to go to the sprite again, under the food, or, okay. Seems some of you are not understanding what I'm saying. All right, what I said is this. For the assignment or for the exercise I gave you during the week on the catching game, I want to show you the solution, the step-by-step approach of solving it or of coding it together. Okay, how you get there? This is how I got here. I click on the file. I click on new, replace content of current projects. I press OK. It reloads my Scratch program. Shewa, pay attention. Erica and Nectar, pay attention. It reloads my Scratch program. Then I deleted this sprite here with my mouse. Just watch my mouse icon, my mouse cursor, what is doing. So I deleted this. And I click on the choose a sprite. I need 4 sprites, a bowl, an apple, a strawberry, and an orange. So this is apple. I'll click on the apple. The apple will appear, and I will change the size from 100. This is where the size is. I'll change it from 100 to 60. 100 to 60, like that. Then I'll go to choose a sprite again. I'll go and look for the bowl. So I select the bowl. I've selected the bowl. I've brought it to the stage. I'll drag it down. I'll go again. I'll select the strawberry. For those who are just joining, just pay attention. I'll select this. I have it here. So I'll go and select the orange. This was the oranges I used. Now everything is complete. So I have to reduce the size of the strawberry and the size of the apple. So I'll click on the strawberry here to be able to reduce the size. Then I'll click on this. I'll reduce the size to 65 to make it appropriate. I think that is okay. For the apple, I'll click on the apple also. I'll reduce the size. I'll change it to 60. Let me change it to 60, like that. So this was what I brought. Then I'll go to choose a backdrop. This backdrop is white backdrop. But what I used in creating the game, the exercise for you, was choosing a backdrop here. I choose a backdrop, I click on it, and then I typed here tree. So you type tree here, then you select on this particular tree, and it will appear. So once the tree appear, so it will look as if this is the tree, and these are the fruits on the tree. That is the orange, the apple, and the strawberry. That is, they are coming from the tree. So what's the first thing to do? I'll first show you the first code. And how do I do that? Let me hide this strawberry so that it won't distract you. I'll click on this place to hide it. I'll click on orange again, and I'll click on this place, this hide icon, to hide it. So I have the apple and the bowl here. So to make things simpler, to make it simpler for you, let me start with the bowl. So I'll start with the bowl. The code I showed you the other time using the sensing to be able to move the bowl towards the right and towards the left. I will not use the method I taught you in the first lecture or when we first met last week Saturday. So let me bring the keep space pressed. Let me duplicate it into 2 like this. I'll go to the events. I'll bring when the flag is clicked. Just watch what I'm doing. You will understand it. Then I'll go to the control. I'll bring the forever. Let me add it. I'll bring the if then condition or if then function. I'll right click on it. I'll duplicate it this way. I'll drop it here. So I'll put this inside this place. And I'll put this also inside this place like that. Rather than bringing it one after the other, let me show you a faster method. Just return it this way. Just go, you bring your keep it pressed, go to your control, bring your if, add this inside this, duplicate the 2 together like that to make your code faster. Change this to when right arrow, change this to when left arrow like that. Add it together, put everything inside forever. So this space is empty. What will happen if you press the right arrow? Nothing will happen if you press the right arrow. So I'll go to the motion. I already used change X by 10 last week. You saw me use it last week. So I'm going to show you how you're still going to use it again. I told you anytime you are dealing with the right arrow key, the number here, the value must be positive. While for the left arrow, the number must be negative. Let me duplicate this and change this to -10, like that. Nora, pay attention. You said, how do I do it? I don't understand it. Okay, good. The particular aspect that you don't understand, maybe is this or this. Let me show you again. I went to the operators. I brought this particular code, keep space pressed. I changed the space to right arrow. That is when the right arrow key is pressed. Share you too. I go to the forever, the control, and I brought the forever loop, the if then condition. Then I added the key left arrow to this. I duplicated it into this. I got this too. I move on to the motion section. I brought change X by 10. Then I duplicated it into 2. All right. I see you raising your hands. For you that raised your hand just now, can you just unmute yourself and ask your question? I'm listening. I'm waiting for you. Unmute yourself. For you that raised your hand just now, just ask a question. I'm listening. Nobody is raising their hands.
Sir, how did they bring the Sprite? Sir.
Sir, sir, please, where's the orange and the strawberry?
Okay. To answer your question, this is the strawberry and this is the orange. I eat them here. If I click on this, they will reappear. If I click on strawberry and I click on this, watch my mouse icon. If I click on this, they appeared again. So if I click on hide here, they will hide. Orange again, it will hide. The two of them are hidden now. So that's where they went to. They're on the stage, but I hid them myself so that I can explain the code to you properly.
Okay, sir.
Shewa, you say you didn't understand the x minus 10. Let me explain to you again. Pay attention. How did we get to the garden? I went to the choose a backdrop to select a garden here. The name is tree. So type tree in your search box here. This is the garden, tree. This is the garden here. So I think that answers your question. But for those who are paying attention, I'm already coding for the bow. I'm writing the code for the bow to move it left, right, to move it to the left and to the right. So when flag is clicked, add the forever to it. You can mute yourself now.
How did they bring five bread?
You can mute yourself now, so that you won't take much of a. You can mute yourself now so that you won't take much of our time. We still have a lot to do. Just pay attention and you will understand it. So if you can hear me, okay, I'll write the code again. Let me delete everything and write the code again. In response to choice answer. Pay attention this time. If you're not paying attention, definitely you have to go and watch the recording on YouTube. Pay attention because of our time. The first thing I did was to go to the sensing. I want to show you how you can incorporate sensing into your code, what we just explained today. Select this one, key space pressed. Bring it here, aside. Go to events. When flag is clicked, put it here. Go to control. Bring your forever. Add it together. Bring your if then condition, if then function. Put it here. Add this into this, like that. Right click here, where this if is, right click. You have duplicate, add comment, and delete two blocks. Click on duplicate. Add this together with this. Then take the two together and put it inside the forever loop. That's how I've written the code. There's nothing too hard about it. Then go to your motion. Click on motion. Change X by 10. Duplicate it into 2. Right click. Duplicate it into 2 this way. I told you for the right arrow key, anything that has to do with the right hand, the R or the value must be positive. My God. Can you hear me? The number is positive. Then for the left arrow, the number must be negative. Change it to -10. -10. Add this to this. Add this to this. For now, watch what. So When I click on the flag here, the ball is moving towards the right. If I click on the left arrow, it's moving towards the left. So that's how to code this and this together. Can you see? Can you see it moving? So that's for the ball. This is the code for the ball. I want you to do the same thing. So let me stop it. Then I'll move to the apple, this particular apple. So for the apple to fall down, for the apple to be able to fall down, code you're going to bring, go to your event. When flag is clicked, like that, ten. Oh. Again. So that means if you click on this flag and you put it here, it's going to continue to fall. Then stop it. What do you need next? If you can hear me, I want you to raise your hand properly. I want to see you if you can hear me. That's okay. 3 participants raise their hands. All right, all right. Then I can see your hands up. Okay. I can see your hands up. All right, all right, all right. So let me continue. Let me continue. Good. The next thing is we are going to use the if block. The if block. So how do we make our fruit to go up and down, to go up and down? We need first the operators, the less than. We need the operators less than. Also, you go to your motion. Anything that has to do with up and down, this particular up and down, can you see it is Y? But towards, if you are moving towards the left and towards the right and towards the left, that is X. But if you are moving towards the up and down, it is the Y. That is why I'm going to bring this Y position. Now I'm showing you a new code, Y position. If Y position is less than, all right. I will slow down, Mike. I'll slow down. Here's what I brought this. To make your apple to go up and come down, to look as if it's falling down from the tree. There is one thing you need to do. And what is it? What is it you need to do? You need to bring your if code. You need to bring your less than operators under the operators. This particular one, less than operators. And then I said, if you are moving from up to down, or from down to up, it is a Y position. Look at the Y that we have here. That is Y position. That's why I went to the motion section. Oh my God. Don't understand. Okay. If you don't understand, I want you to pay attention. Don't do anything. Basically, what I've done is this. Let me start from the beginning. I'll start this once, and if you don't understand, rewatch the video. Definitely, by the time you watch the video, you will understand, so that you won't take much of our time today. We don't have much time to spend today. So let me go back again. I have my apple here. I've done the code for the ball. This is the code for the ball here, and I've showed you that. Now I click on apple. I want to code for the apple to be able to fall down as if it's falling from the tree. So if it's touching the ball will catch it. If it's not touching the ball, it will fall to the ground, and then another one will come up again. That's what I'm trying to do for the apple. And I said the first thing you need to do is when flag is clicked, like that, then go to motion. To be coming down, we need change Y. Oh my God. I'm sorry about the network. Just bear with me. Just try and bear with me, please. I'm sorry about the network. So by the time you bring change Y, change the value. If you leave the value as positive, like this, the apple will be moving up, moving up. But if you change the value to negative, minus 10, minus 10, and you click on this, your apple will be moving down. That means you are moving down. And what do we want the apple to do? We want the apple to move down, like that. So how can the apple be moving down forever? That means you need the forever code. You bring to forever, you put change Y by minus 10 inside forever. If you click on it, it will fall down and it will never go back up. So to make it go back up by itself, let me stop this. And I said, add this to this. Then you now set a condition for it to make it go up and come down. I said you need your if then code, like that. You need your if then code. After the if then code, you go to motion. You need your Y position. Y position is when an object or when a sprite is moving up or down, up or down. That is the Y position. That is the horizontal, the vertical axis. The vertical axis. Then I said you need your operators. One of the operators you need is the less than operator, this way. And what do I need the less than operator for? Pay close attention to it. When the apple falls to this side, if you look at this Y coordinate or Y axis, what you can see is minus 171. So you change this to minus 171. You press enter. What will you put here? Are you going to put a value? No, you don't need to put a value. What you need to put here is Y position. Add this to this. That is, if Y position is less than minus 171, what should happen? Let me put this here. What this represents is if Y position, that is, Y position, the vertical axis is less than minus 171, what should happen? If I bring it here and I press this, nothing is happening. If I press this, nothing is happening because the code is not yet complete. So if it is less than minus 171, what should happen to the code? Now, pay close attention very, very well. If it is less than 171 is down here, you now go to your motion again. I want to control the movement. Add, go to random position to it. Look at this. It is not less than minus 171 because Y is currently 59. But if you put Y here, 177, if I click on this, it moves to random position again. If I bring it back again, it's moving back to what? Because the position of Y here, how? You will understand by the time you pay close attention or by the time you are doing it yourself. So basically, if you move this apple here again, for it to look as if the apple is coming from up here, look at this, 184. You now set the value of Y to this. Let me click on this. See, nothing is happening. But for you to see how it's working together, please repeat yourself. Okay, this is what I said. I already explained this twice. I got to this position. But I told you what I'm trying to explain to you. Let me move this bowl aside. I said the value of Y here, when you move it down, is minus 173. If you click on this, Y position, nothing will happen. But if you had go to random position to it, to control the movement of the apple falling down from the tree, if I click on this now, look at what happened. It moves to a random position because the value initially before was less than minus 171. And I've said If it's less than 1 times 1 and it's already moved to random position, how will you control the apple to actually do what you expect it to do? And I say you have to set it to what? You set the apple as if it will be falling down from here. That's 1 minus 1, 183 hop. Let me change this set y to 183. And I said after you already set the value of the y, that is the apple to be falling from, to be from here, you add it to this. If you add it together, you click this, nothing will happen. Nothing is happening because your code is not yet completed. Until you add it to this place, you can't actually see the effect. Now, let me now add it here together. Let me click on this. So that is what I've been trying to explain to you. Why was the apple falling down from here? Because 1, we set the apple to change its position, that is to fall down. Let me remove. If I try to remove change y by 10, the apple will not fall again. Let me remove this. Let me add this back. It will stay here. And what position is that? 183. Look at this y coordinate. That's why I set y to 183. Let me add it back again. It will be falling down. If I remove set y to 183, look at what will happen. It's coming down from the middle, not from up. Why? Because I didn't set it to start from up here. But if I now return it back again, it will now be coming what? From up, as if it's coming from the tree. Once you get to this place and it falls down, that is the y position less than minus 171, it will go to a random position. The way it's moving to a random position and it's coming down, it's just passing through the bowl and starting again. That is the way to make it fall down. But that is not where we are going. When I was explaining it, when I was giving you the hints to the card game, I said you're going to need some of these, you have to duplicate them. And when I said you're going to duplicate them, what I basically mean is this. Let me stop this. For when flag is clicked, let me duplicate all this code so that you see. This is what I mean by duplicate, make it to 2. But it's not everything that we actually need. So disorganize all this. But what you basically need here, you need these 2. So you keep these 2, remove this, add this back into this place, add this back into this place. It is not yet complete because if you click on it, nothing will happen to the apple. So pay attention because of our time. So let me stop it. So what do we need? Go to sensing again. What we are trying to achieve with this second code here, that is when the apple touches the bowl, what should happen to the apple and what should happen also with the bowl? Should the bowl catch the apple? Should the apple be catched by the bowl? Should the apple make a sound, or should the bowl, what happens if the apple touches the ground? What happens if the apple doesn't touch the ground, touches the ground? That's where the sensing, touching comes in. Touching. And I said, you don't need the mouse pointer, just click on it. And what do you have? You have the edge, the bowl, the strawberry, and the orange. What do you need? The bowl is what you need because we actually want the apple to touch the bowl. So you touch the bowl this way. You add this to here, like that. How did I make it into 2? Right click here on when flag is clicked, then you see duplicate. You see duplicate, add comment, and delete block. So you duplicate, click on duplicate, and you make it into 2. So, like I said, click on this, change it to what? The bowl. After that, put it here. If touching the bowl, what do you want it to? Can we upload an object from our gallery to use as sprite? Yes, you can upload an object from your gallery to use as sprite. I'm still going to show you that in an exercise I created earlier on last week. So don't worry, you're going to get that. If touching the bowl, what should happen? Now go to sound. I will click on play sound until done. Let me add it here. Now, let me stop there for a moment and play the code and let's see what happens. Let me move it and can you see? It's already making sound. It's making sound, but it's not catching it. It's not catching anything. It's passing through under. It's passing under and it's, let me stop there for a moment. To make it actually catch it, this is what will happen. You go to your looks. And what do we need in looks? You need show. You need hide. Then you also need go to front of layer. But you change this front, you change it to back. You had it here. Before the forever, you had it there. If I try and play it and catch it with the ball, look at where it's going to pass. It's passing the back, not the front anymore. So let me stop again. For the show, you duplicate it into 2 this way. Check the speaker of your laptop or your phone that you are using choice. Then you will hear me very well. Others are hearing me. Do you understand that? Don't worry, just check the speaker of your laptop, then you will hear me very well. Or check if you are connected on earpiece, you will hear me. So, as I was explaining, at the show here, then if the ball is touching ball is touching the apple, or if the apple is touching the ball, put hide here first. Then after it touches it, what should happen again? Click on show here. You can add show here again. So by the time you click on it, it actually start. Look at what happened. Can you see it again? It's catching it already. Nothing is passing by. But if you're not catching it, it will fall down and start again. Can you see? So that makes our code complete as far as the apple is concerned. And I said something during the int. I said all this code, they are exactly the same thing I'm going to use for the strawberry and the orange. Can we upload a background or sound from our gallery? Yes, you can upload a sound or background from your gallery. Definitely you can do that. And you said you don't understand, Adewale. Don't worry, because of our time, I won't want to go back to explain again. Just watch the video. Watch the video. The video is going to be made available for you. Then you're going to understand that. If I said I should go back, some people will be lagging behind. So I don't want to do that. Rewatch the video after the whole training, then you will understand everything I've explained so far. I said all this code here, everything that you have coded for the apple is the same thing for the strawberry, is the same thing for the orange. Rather than now coding again for the apple and for the orange and for the strawberry, you don't need that. This is what you need. Let me show you something. Pay close attention. This is an effective way of writing code rather than wasting your time trying to bring everything for the strawberry and for the orange. I'll click on the strawberry. I will show it. I'll click on the orange. I will show it. I'm going to teach you. Just pay attention. Instead of you writing everything for the strawberry and the orange, I already click on the strawberry. I showed it again. The orange, I make it appear again. So I'll click on the apple. Look at this apple here. Let me right click on it. What do you see? Check the speaker of your phone, of your laptop. You hear me. Just pay attention. You hear me. The way I've duplicated this code, clicking on the duplicate to make it 2 into 2 here. Click on the sprite that you have here also. You have duplicate, export, and delete. Before I continue, if you can hear me, raise your hand properly. Let me see you. If you can hear me, just raise your hand. Raise your hand if you can hear me. All right, definitely you can hear me. Okay, let me continue. I said to make your code efficient, instead of coding for the strawberry and the orange again, you don't need to do that. You only need to do simple thing. And what is that simple thing that you need to do? Right click on your apple here, this way. You have duplicate, export, and delete. Duplicate the first time, click again, duplicate the second time. Now you have 2 apples. If you click on this, this is for this. If you click on the apple 3, this is for this. Now, click on apple 2. Apple 2 this way. You have all this code for apple 2. Click on costumes. By the time you click on costumes, this is your apple. Click on this, select, like that. You can basically drag your mouse and highlight everything, but that's not what we need. Now go back to your strawberry. Go back to your strawberry. Highlight everything this way. Then click on copy here. Click on copy. Go back to your Apple 2, click on Apple 2. It will change everything to Apple 2. Click on delete. It will be deleted. Click on paste. Your strawberry will be the one to appear. That makes strawberry into 2. For those of you that you can't hear me, or probably you don't understand how I did this, look at the way I'm going to change the orange to. So this strawberry, delete it here. We have 1 strawberry. If you click on the strawberry that we have here, and you click on code, can you see the code that we have here? All you need to do is just change the name to strawberry. Press enter. That makes it strawberry again. Now let me show you how to duplicate the code for the apple for the orange. Click on the orange, this here. Click on costumes. Costume. Highlight everything this way with your mouse. Click on copy. Come here, click on Apple 3 this way. Apple 3 will appear on your screen. Then click on delete. Delete the apple entirely. The apple is deleted. Now click on paste again. The orange has appeared here. But if you check the name that we have here, we have this name for the Apple 3 as the orange. So you need to click on this orange, this particular orange, delete this one. Then for this orange, that the name is Apple 3, come to this place, change the name to orange. So that way, it is faster and it is effective. Then click on code. Now you have all the code. So if you click on the flag now, everything is working perfectly. Can you see? Can you see? Everything is working perfectly. Can you see? They are coming at different times. So if you stop it, the orange is small. Increase the size to 70. I think 70 is still small too. You can change the size to 80 to increase the size that way. If you look at the strawberry, you can change the size or increase the size like that. So if you continue, everything is working perfectly. Can you see? Some of it is too fast. Now it is too fast to catch. Some of you say you can't hear me. If you can hear me, raise your hand properly. If you can hear me, all right. You can hear me. Good. So I said the fruits coming down from a tree is too fast. So probably you might have difficulties catching it. What do you need to do? Click on this strawberry here. Go to your control. Under control here. Now for that code, look at this. Wait 1 second. Wait 1 second. Bring it here and put it here. So I will teach you how to upload from your gallery, and I will show you the code for this is the code for the bowl. This is the code for the bowl. Jesse Abbas, this is the code for the bowl. I've done that previously. That was the first thing I did. Then as I was explaining, go to strawberry, bring your wait 1 second, add it to the second code that we have here. Go to orange also, bring your wait 1 second, add it here, change the 1 to 2 seconds. Play it, look at what happens. It has now reduced, the speed has reduced. But you can also increase the speed or reduce the speed by changing, if you change this to 5, look at what happened. Again. So basically, you can adjust the speed as you so fit or as you see fit yourself like that. So that's the end of this particular solution for the catching game. For some of the questions you've asked, say what is the code for the bowl? I've showed you the code for the bowl. This is the code for the bowl. You said, please teach us how to upload from our gallery. Good. Let me quickly show you. To upload from your gallery. And also, after you might have created your scratch game, for some of you that you are uploading with your phone camera or your mom's phone camera or your dad's phone camera to show us what you have done, that's not the proper way to actually do that. Now I'm done with my code. I'm done with everything. What do I need to do? Go to File. Click on Save to your computer. This way. By the time you click on Save to your computer, it will bring all these. These are the ones that I've done before. You can now type the name. What is the name? Catching game or catch game. Catch game. Then click on save. So it is what you save on your computer, you can now actually send to us. Do you understand that? Rather than you using your mom's phone camera to snap your screen, laptop screen or computer screen to send it to us, don't do that anymore. Try and save your project here, save it to your computer, then now upload the file that you save, upload it to us so that we can see what you have done appropriately. So you can see the steppings and everything you have arranged together. Someone said, teach us how to upload from our gallery. Okay, good. Let me click on file. Let me click on new. Let me replace the content, or let me leave it. Let me just leave it so that to stay with there. Come to choose the sprite. Before I do that, if you can hear me, raise your hand properly. Raise your hand. Let me see you. Raise your hand. Raise your hand. Use your, okay, good. I can see you raising your hands. All right. Come to choose the sprite. This way, rather than you clicking on choose a sprite, go back. Look at this. The first option is choose a sprite. The second one is paint. That means you can paint a sprite. The third one is surprise. The fourth one is upload a sprite. So that is how to upload from a gallery. Let me click on upload a sprite this way. Can you see what happens? Look at what I have here. I use all this to design the maze game that I use. Upload a sprite is the name. Look at it. Upload a sprite, upload a sprite. It is still under choose a sprite. So these are the kind of sprite I use. Okay, let me bring this car. I'll click on the car and I'll click on open. Look at what will happen. Wait for it. Now the car has appeared. This is the car. Can you see the car? How will I reduce the size? Let me reduce the size of the car so that you can see it properly. 60. This is the car in black shape. This is the car here. If it is another sprite or another character or another object you are bringing, you can also use the same thing. For the backdrops, go to backdrop. The first one is choose a backdrop, also paint, surprise, and upload the backdrop. Click on upload the backdrop, which means you can upload any backdrop. Let me choose these images. Let me click on it and open. Look at what happened though. Can you see? This is the backdrop that I've chosen from my system directly. So I can now do any form of editing I want to do with it here under the backdrop editing section. But I'm not doing that. Let me click back on the tree. So I'll go back to our code. That is how to upload a sprite or to upload a backdrop. Now, also there's one thing I want to teach you. Let me delete this that I've uploaded. I want to show you something. Pay attention. Click on choose a sprite. Don't just click it. Scroll here to paint. It will take you to your custom section and it is blank. Let me choose this. Let me draw something. I'll click on the circle. I'll draw a circle. I'll come on this, reshape. I'll click on reshape. Can you see these 4 points? We call each point a node, N-O-D-E, a node. Then you can now reshape it into anything that you want. You can reshape it this way. Can you see how it's very reshaped? Then it is there like that. So you can now write the code for this particular sprite you've created by yourself. That is just that about that. Can you teach us how to change the color of the car? Yes, I can teach you. And I'm going to show you one of the exercises or in one of those videos we are going to be uploaded, or the videos are going to be shown during the course of the week or during the course of the month. So just pay close attention to your WhatsApp group, look at the links, and then go to the site, check the course module for Scratch. You see so many things there that will keep you busy and I'll keep you engaged with your Scratch programming. So that'll be all for this morning. Thank you very, very, very much for listening. And if you have any question, you can still ask your questions. And then I will hand over now to Sister Toby. So Sister Toby, we are attending to you right now. Thank you very much for watching.
Okay, thank you, Uncle Abraham. That was an awesome session. Did you learn anything? If you learned it, please type on the chat box or do a thumbs up or raise your hand. I want to be sure that you learned something today. So just type yes, I learned something, or give your thumbs up, or raise your hand. Because me personally, I learned. Awesome, Ivana, I can see. That is beautiful. Yeah, Oluwayemisi, Benedict. I can see that, Angela. Awesome, Shewa, beautiful, Favor, interesting. This is really awesome. So, like we said earlier, if you haven't joined the WhatsApp group, now is the time to join. If you have not joined the WhatsApp group, now is the time to join. So I'll be dropping the link in a bit. All you need to do is tell your parents to click on that link and you'll be able to join the WhatsApp group. So I've dropped the link already. I've dropped the link already. All you need to do is tell your parents to click on the link. Can you hear me? If you can hear me, please let me know. If you can hear me, raise your hand or type. Okay, awesome. Temidire, try to unmute and mute your mic again. Let's be sure that you can hear me. Okay, so I'm going to drop the link once again for those that might missed it in the beginning. All you need to do is click on the WhatsApp link. You'll be tell your parents to click on the WhatsApp link. You will send the link to today's recorded class and last week recorded class so that you can learn the things that you missed. So ensure that you tell your parents to click on the WhatsApp link if you have not already joined us. If you have joined us, just remain there. We'll give you information that you need to today's class training and every other thing that you might need. So just stay relaxed and we will do that. So I also wanted to add that I'll be sharing our website link with you. So on our website link, we also have pre-recorded classes that you can watch on Scratch programming and on Alice. So I'm going to drop the link to the website now. All you need to do, you can drop off if you're already on the WhatsApp group, but you need to do something. Yes, you can drop off the man. So I've dropped the link to our website. You can visit our website, you check our courses and you subscribe for it. It's as easy as that. If you're finding that difficult, just put all the issues you might be having on the WhatsApp group. I can see people joining already. You're all welcome. Then to our parents, I'll be dropping our feedback notes. Thank you for your feedback last week. We appreciate it and we've been able to work with it. I'm sure that you'll also testify that there's been progress from last week till today. So please, we would also like to hear from you as well. So would admonish all our parents to please click the link I just sent. It's our feedback form. We want to help improve and get better. We want to bring out the prodigy in your kid. So please, parents, fill the feedback form and let us know how we can better improve our services. Thank you so much for joining today's training. We are Prodigy House and we love you all. We want you to become everything you can imagine. We want you to create beautiful games, animations, and become a better person. So we will be continuing on the WhatsApp group. Okay, the first link I sent is a WhatsApp group link. So Temidire, all you need to do is click on the WhatsApp link and you'll be added to the group. Thank you very much for joining us. Like as usual, we'll end the class as exactly 12 o'clock. So if you have any questions, if you're having any difficulty, now is the time to talk about it. So please go ahead. If you have questions, just unmute your mic and talk. Okay, while I wait for the questions, let me ask some of my friends what they learned today. Let me see. Okay. All All right. So, Shola, can you tell me what you learned today?
I learned about how
I can't hear you, Shola. Your line is breaking.
to make uh, how to make a classroom. So I learned how different things. When first of all, when he first all went to the place that look at everything, but it's just that I want to choose this. I want to choose for because of I want to do my on what he has taught me. Maybe I wanted to download and choose the sprite, but the thing doesn't allow me. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe there is something wrong with me. It just this is what he just said. Just that project could not save.
Project
Try
not safe.
again. Download.
Okay. So,
And I see
Shola,
that,
here's what you do for
and I
me. Shola, take a screenshot of that page and send it on the WhatsApp group. We'll help you with it. Do you understand?
okay, ma.
Or just use your phone, or you can take a screenshot with your system, send it to the WhatsApp group. We'll help you with it. Okay.
Okay,
So you
ma.
can unmute now. You can mute rather. Ivana, I want to hear from you. What did you learn today? Is there anything you want us to help you with?
Ma, there's something I want to say. Since morning, why did they? Okay, they just don't want to allow us to mute. But I really want to ask questions in those times when
Okay.
master was teaching.
Shola,
So
you can
you
ask your
know that
questions now. Feel free. Now, I explained earlier, the reason we had to mute everybody is so that everybody can hear and understand. You know, when you're in the class, and if everybody is talking at the same time, you will not be able to understand anything. Your teacher will not be able to teach you well. So that is why we had to mute everybody. But now you can feel free to talk, express yourself, tell us what is bothering you, ask your questions, and we will answer. Do you understand? Hey,
okay,
Temi Diri, I don't know why you can't hear me. I think that you should leave the call and join again, maybe to get better. But if you have questions now, just go ahead. We're going to answer all of your questions. If it's something you don't want to say now, maybe for later, you can send it on the WhatsApp group. We'll answer your questions. Okay, we are the people that are hiding. Erica, where you come? Come and tell me, what did you learn today? Are you shy?
I learned how to create
Awesome. Abdullah, I want to hear from you. What did you learn today?
I learned
Mute yourself. I can't hear you.
we're closing by 12 o'clock. Closing by 12 o'clock.
you should go to motion and press move 10 steps.
Okay, so let me call somebody else. I can't hear Abdullah. David. David, are you there? David Apola. What did you learn today? If do you want to share with us?
Mama.
Okay, while we wait for David, is Favor there? Favor, unmute your mic and tell us what you learned today. Can anybody hear me?
Yes.
Can anybody hear me?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
I think you're all shy and tired, Abby. It's no problems, no problems. So we'll be dropping off the call now. You can drop off the call. If you have questions, let us know on the WhatsApp group. But make sure that you practice. Make sure that you practice, because when you practice, you become better at it. Do you all understand that? So
Yes.
I wish you a great week ahead. Have a great time in school. For those of you that are on midterm break, utilize this period to learn
Okay, ma'am.
and make sure that you become good at what you do. Thank you very much.
Thank
And
you.
then bye for now.
Bye.
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 See you later.
Bye, Miss Lola.
No.
Bye.
What should we do?
Bye. Bye.
But finish. This is like you can see.
Bye.
Your voice. Yeah, we're done.
I don't know.
Daddy. Well done.
Mommy.
Daddy. Daddy. Daddy.
Yes, I want to buy it off. I bought it off already, sir. Bye. And I